Mama, we've talked about Unrivaled. We've talked about some of the players and how good it is that we've like the games that we've seen so far and yada yada. How do you think this league interacts with the WNBA going forward? Do you think this is a rival league? Do you think this is a complementarian league? Like what do you think, Mama?
I thought about that. I think it's going to be a little bit hard because to me, rival is competition with the WNBA. Mm-hmm. That's the way I see it. They are competition, and I feel that the WNBA is going to have to raise their level of standard because Unrivaled is going to get better, better, and better. Because I think some of those players that went overseas this year, I think next year they're not. Mm-hmm. I think they're going to want to play in the Unrivaled. And I think that Unrivaled may have to increase the number of teams they have because of this.
Possibly.
Yeah. So I think the ladies that are overseas, when they're watching this, they're saying, oh, I could have played in that. I could have played in that. I could have stayed home, especially those that have children or family members they want to stay close with. Mm-hmm. I can see them saying, why am I going all the way overseas? I can play on the off season and still get better, still make money, and not have to be by myself, lonely on a team when I'm the only American or whatever. So I think the WNBA and Unrivaled are going to be competitors. Okay. That's the way I see it. I see them as competitors.
All right, Mama. Okay. All right, we got Mama's perspective on that. I think they are. I don't know. I struggle with that idea because I think they are not necessarily, in my opinion, not necessarily competitors. They're more of complementarian in a way.
Oh, you think so? Okay.
Because I think so. Here's the thing.
Okay.
Unrivaled is not traditional basketball. It's not. It's 3-on-3. It's a smaller court. It's they don't shoot 2 free throws. If it's they do 1 free throw that counts for 2, or 1 free throw that counts for 3. So in that way, it's very different. Also, because it's physically happening in one location.
Okay.
Also, during the WNBA off season, I don't see it as competition because, frankly, the WNBA isn't really putting anything out right now. Like there's nothing happening with the WNBA, right? From January to March. Like nothing really happening. Like sure, their social people are doing something, but it's not, nothing's really happening. Now what I do think is Unrivaled's ability to level up the player amenities and level up like the player experience. I think that is one of those things that players are going to take and be like, ooh, we want that. Oh, we want childcare. How they had the vetted nannies, and they had like things like 2 meals a day or something like that that's prepared by chefs or like whatever, like that type of stuff. I think that is like that's going to help that's going to help players like bring it to the league and be like, hey, we want this, right? Mm-hmm. We want this. We want this. We want this. I don't really think of it as competition because literally it's happening at a different time. Now, however, I have seen a lot of people have a very similar take to you in your opinion that it is competitive. I just think that like it just Unrivaled to me is,
yes, it's apples to oranges. I understand that.
And I think also it would make it competition if we actually thought that people would be like, oh, I'm picking Unrivaled and not playing in the WNBA. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't think that's ever likely to happen.
When I say, okay, so you could be competitors in 2 different ways. You said one of the ways is that the WNBA players will start demanding what they're getting in Unrivaled.
Yeah.
So that still, to me, is a competitive
sense. Fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
So also, those when I said competitors, I'm also talking about those players that go overseas, and because the season is over. Now they're gonna think different. Okay, do I want to go overseas? Because they're going overseas so that they can stay in the WNBA and be competitive, right?
Well, and make money.
Well, but
yes.
ultimately, they got to stay in shape.
Yeah.
They got to stay playing. You got to keep playing in order so that following year you can be part of the WNBA. Because no matter how good you've been, you could be let go, right?
What have you done for me lately?
All right. So, and I think that those amenities are going to be big. Like some of the teams probably already have some of those amenities already.
Yeah.
Okay, but
not all.
Being
of them.
part of Unrivaled is going to make you want it all the time.
Yep.
Like this should be part of our contract. Yep. We should have access to this because when we had this in Unrivaled, it made playing more fun.
Yeah.
And no, they're not going to have their games in one place. That's impossible because teams are all over the country. So that part will never be.
But that also makes it a lot. That makes it a lot easier for Unrivaled to fulfill player satisfaction. Like make sure people are satisfied because
they do it in one place.
You got one facility that you're able to build out to like house all the stuff that players want, right? And so there, of course, you can have the chefs, and the nannies and all that stuff because you're not hiring it all over the country.
Right.
You're just one location, and you're just handling it all there. And you have, the sponsorships, you have the investments and whatnot to sort of sustain that because it feels like it's huge, but it's on a very, very small scale. Like they're in this one large building in Florida where all that stuff is, and their workout area from the video and whatnot, it looks like it's like outdoor inside, like it's sort of like that like I think it's
maybe they can see the sun or
like when you look at it, it's like it looks like it's outdoors, but it's technically not outdoors. But like I just think that in some ways there's stuff that the WNBA can't totally compete with because individual teams are the ones paying for everything in the WNBA. Right? It's up to the Connecticut Sun if they want to update their practice facility. It's up to them on the chefs that they hire to feed the players, right? Or even if they have chefs, right?
Or if the players even want what they're offering.
Yeah, it's up to the individual teams, whereas Unrivaled, it's the league responsibility and it's only in one location.
But do you think that there will come a time that WNBA players would opt to do one or the other, where let's say rather than playing the WNBA, I just want to do Unrivaled?
I think that's a conversation that will not be had for at least 4 to 5 years.
Okay.
I think Unrivaled has to show that it can last,
that they stable
4 years.
Okay.
And then I do think people would have that conversation because right now the average pay in Unrivaled is $222,000. You look at that; that's kind of close to the max contract in the WNBA.
That's the reason why I said that, though.
And so, like, that's like you are just great. Like, you are really up there, really, really, really up there.
And who Unrivaled wouldn't mind staying in one place for a 3-month period?
And in Florida, Florida's a great,
nice place. And what I'm saying is, if I had a choice to say I could still play basketball, right? Let's say I don't, and let's say if I want to go overseas, I still got opportunity to go overseas, or I don't want to go overseas and I just want to do Unrivaled, just to keep myself, maybe I don't want to be serious about, maybe I'm an older player now, and I don't want to do the WNBA.
I think it would be hard for an older player to not do the WNBA and be competitive in Unrivaled.
Okay.
Because Unrivaled so fast. Yeah, I think it'd be hard.
So what are these players doing? Like Asia, Caitlin. What are these players doing? Because they are not part of.
Well, Asia has her own workout thing that she does in the off season. Like I don't know what exactly Asia does, but whatever she do,
it works.
Asia is sort of like LeBron. where they do whatever they do off season, but when they come back, they're ready to go. You like, man, you really worked out.
They're investing some dollars in their trainers, and their trainers are top notch. That's probably what it is.
Yeah, I think whatever Asia does, she don't need to change nothing because it be working. It be working for her. But Caitlyn, I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see. Because
she's got to be working. She's got to be working.
This is her first off season. Of course, she's working out.
But I'm saying,
we've seen videos of her working out with Indiana, but like the specifics of what exactly she does, who knows? But I'm sure she's gonna be just like Asia, where like she's gonna come back and be like, man, you really worked out over the off season.